Welcome back to Crypto Talk, guys. So let's run down some things with you. So let's start with the macro structure, since some people are really just lost on where we are. I pulled up the 12 multiple here, and you can see this is called every single Bitcoin top in existence. The higher you are on this red spiked line, the more likely you are that you've topped. And as you can see, it's pretty darn accurate. Every time we have a top, we get this massive spike. And even we missed it technically in 2020. I think we got screwed because of COVID. So that's why I've stopped talking about 2021 as an actual measurable data. But basically, even here, we got up to these, we'll call it the 343 level. We haven't even come close. I mean, back in March of 2024, we hit as high as 239. And right now we're sitting at 157. So nowhere close to a top. And if you don't believe this chart, come over here to the pi cycle top indicator. Every time, this usually happens, this is a lagging indicator, so keep that in mind. So anytime this crosses after you've had a top, but we're nowhere close. Look at the gap we've got over here. Let me zoom in for you. Yeah, I should be able to zoom in here. You're so gapped, it's not even funny. And you're not even close to pinching to come close. You had, May of last year, you started to gap a little bit. April, not come closer, but you're just got a massive gap. You're going to have this green line cross below the red line to confirm the top has already happened. And after that, you'd already see the 12 multiple actually be peaked into this pink section. So, or at least close to the 2021 section, which I think was a scam. This was just completely manipulated by global markets. The dead cycle ended early. There's a bunch of other things that happened, but that's why that happened like that. So let's run down Bitcoin. So I talked about on this chart yesterday, if those of you who paid attention, I called out when everyone was peak fear down at 92,000 that we have a CME gap above us. And I think this was a complete fake out bear trap. And guess what? I was right. Very simple. We capitulated, and then as New York opened, we completely ran up. It started 95. It was chilling at like 9:30 in the morning, and then it completely ran all the way through. It hit 102. We're now back tracing a little bit, but what we've done, you may not be able to see it in this chart, but I'll pull it up on this one. We are back inside the value area range. We fell out of it. We grabbed liquidity. You can see we've tapped it again. But we've also, more importantly, set a higher low. So you always want to look at your market structure. So right now you've got a higher low currently sitting here, right? We'll do this one, capitulation. Yeah, you broke market structure internally, but you didn't break this one. That's the important one. And we've bounced. So likelihood is we are going to come back down. We're probably going to test at least this value area low here, or the weekly or yearly VWAP somewhere in this range, maybe the weekly open down to 97, scare some more people, maybe even grab the previous day at EQ and also test this 200 simple moving average, which I have here in yellow. It's a very powerful line to look at. Back test that and look to stair step higher. I think this is it. This was complete fear-mongering and scaring. You've got a lot of positivity coming in the global markets in general. You're about to have quantitative easing starting probably Q2 of this year. Quantitative tightening's done. They're not raising rates anymore. They're going to start cutting rates. So that's coming. Very simple. I don't know what else to tell you guys. There's not much else to talk about. If you want to run down, you're going to be ping-ponging a while. So I fully expect us to back test the value area low, and then you're going to really, so how this works when you're back in a range again is you're usually, once you're within the range, you're going to suck back up to the top. So likelihood is you're going to come back down, back test this low, as value area low, hold that support. If it does hold, you're going to start to stair step your way up. Your next target is up at 104.761. That's the POC. Actually, it's closer to 104.900. And then shortly above that's the 106, which is the value area high, and then you've got the all-time high. So I would not be surprised. You're sitting at 114 by the end of the week, early next week. That's how bullish I am. More importantly, Well, sadly, I'll get to that in a second. More importantly, the Bitcoin dominance is starting to plummet, which I've been waiting for, which I'll show you in a second. But if you've been sitting like me heavily in altcoins, you are destroyed. Your bag is down 60% or more. I know, I'm there. But patience, very simple. Patience. Remember, impatient money gives money to the patient. So that's what we're looking at here. Look at this massive wick on the Bitcoin dominance. Completely capitulated down. You're about to print a red dot. VWAP's coming down the daily. This should start to kick off the altcoins taking off. So with that said, let's run right over to number 2, Ethereum. Look at that capitulation. So I think this is also yesterday was the single largest liquidation day in Bitcoin's history or crypto's history. I don't know the exact data, but that's what I keep hearing. But look at the wick. Look at that buy volume. You grabbed all the liquidity below you. You grabbed every single limit order and you liquidated people at the same time. So this is the weekly. I suspect the daily is actually more bullish than that. But I can't tell you guys how bullish I am overall. This is a great time to dollar cost average if you have any cash on the sidelines. If you're poor, just sit on your hands. Get outside, go for a walk, go get an audiobook, do some other ways to make money. Go sell some stuff on eBay, sell your gold and silver, roll it into crypto. Although I still have all the above. But this is a good time to buy, not sell. SUI had a nice recovery as well. Man, look at that. Went down to 240. I still firmly believe this is the Solana of this market cycle, so this is going to have a hard run. That's just, look at this line of liquidity above us. So when you see that, it's a nice arc. Got a liquidity arc here. That is all dollar signs, folks. That is money waiting to be made. Bing. Someone's going to steal all of that. So this is like, you're going to probably see a V-shaped recovery over the next couple days. Here on SUI, you've got what I would call inverse head and shoulder starting to play out. You've got the shoulder, the head. You'll probably pump back up, get rejected here from the yearly open, and this liquidity here, this is where I would look to short that potentially and look for another bounce somewhere in this range. So you would have this stair-step pattern, and then boom. That's what I'd be looking for. Oh, band got rugged, completely rugged. We went down to like 90, I think. Down to 75 cents. Man, someone got a good wick there. Like I said, patience, guys. I still think the thesis for this narrative in this market cycle is going to be DPIN, which is like the decentralized version. Well, I guess it's just more of a complicated version of regular API Oracle providers, real-world assets, in mix with artificial intelligence. So you're going to have that main narrative pushing, and I still think gaming is super, super bullish. But look at here, 24-minute, you've got a nice money flow kind of coming back up. You're retesting the value area, the monthly VWAP. So I see band protocol, probably everything put in the bottom, in my opinion. Look at my KDAO. It got absolutely rugged. I'm actually thinking about buying more right now. To increase by dollar cost average. Man. I still think the KR20s are a thing. I think it's going to be a narrative. This is how you make money, is you buy things when they're dead. So, matter of fact, that's probably what I'm doing. I'm going to go after this stream, I'm going to go buy some more KDAO. Got a 3 drive down. It's going to come back up. So, complete. Look at that. Seller's exhaustion. You got a lot of rounding here. This looks good to me. Caspa itself. Turn off my Mongo Pro Trader. People keep asking me if you want to get a hold of the Mongo Pro Trader. It's over in the Patreon. You have to be a member to get it. But very simply, it's month to month. You don't have to stay there forever. My job is to help you. If you only need help for 1 month, great. Need help for 6 months, that's fine too. You are back above the support resistance flip. So As long as this level holds, the current one we're sitting at, it's pretty much 10 cents. Wow, it went all the way down to 7 cents. That's amazing. I guess the miners capitulated. I'm not sure how that happens. I guess maybe it's just the centralized exchanges would make sense for that to happen. It's funny how algorithms just all follow each other. The algos caused that one. But truthfully, overall, I was shocked. Overall, most of these altcoins didn't bleed as much as Bitcoin did. They held up quite well. Or at least more. I would have thought they would have bled more. But AVAX looks good. I like what I see. You're kind of at a very nice consolidation range. Another one of my top picks. I still have this at 350 at the end of the year. What would that be? That would be from today's price, roughly speaking, just over 1,100%. The 2618's up at 373, 1,250%. So this is why I am heavy alts. Not all will win, so don't get me wrong. I mean, Pulse Chain, look at that one. That one's an absolute dud at the moment. I love my Richard Hart, but he has done nothing for himself. He's quite quiet until his court case is over with. I may jump back in at some point in time, but I am completely out of that except for ink. That's all I have. So sorry, you got to cut your losses where you can. But I can't give financial advice, so I haven't talked much about that. H-bar. Another great buying opportunity. A lot of these, including Bitcoin, could see a dead cat bounce, but I really want to see it hold at least the value area lows of these ranges, so at least the local lows. So I want to see this one hold 23 cents, almost 24 cents. Currently sitting at 26.9. You want to see that hold. Let's get into, since I ran on a tangent, where is my dominance here? Yeah, I just showed you that earlier. That looks good. Those of you that are new, this is my BLX chart talking about the projected market cycle top. Still have October of 2025. You've got double tops here on market Cipher B. But I have a feeling that here on the monthly, that's going to get erased. I have a feeling that you're going to be close to 120 by the end of the month. Look at the RSIs. They're pointing up. So the money flow is actually very thick still, and it's very level. The VWAP has just barely pierced below, but it's could really pop back up. So I think you'll be quite surprised in the next week or so if this continues to be a bullish push and we're above a new all-time high. All of this red dot goes away. You've got another basically 27 days, 26 days before this confirms, so you've got a long time. And let's look up one together for you. Well, I've got you on stream. I didn't pull this up. But look up CoinGlass's historical data. So look up CoinGlass, Bitcoin, historic price, or say returns. Historical returns, here you go. You want the histogram one. Scroll down the month. How bearish does February look? You've had only 3 months in history where you've had a bearish month. Actually 2. We've started out this month bearish, but it doesn't mean it will finish that. I guarantee it's going to finish a positive. So you had 2014 and 2020. COVID happened in March, so yeah, it was kind of a bleed over from that. You had other uncertainties in the market leading up to March. You had a potential leak of a pandemic that, yeah, there was likelihood if COVID didn't happen, neither of these two would have been red. So, overall, you have a median of 12%. On average, you're 14% up on the February. So let's go back to the chart. Let's run back over to Bitcoin. Let's do this chart since I already have it pulled up. So what is 14% from today's price? Just speculating here. So actually, say we go down to the weekly VWAP and then come up. Where's 14%? Well, let's go 12%. 12% flat puts you right around 110,000. 14% puts you roughly in the 113, 112 range. So I'm still calling for 114. That's what I've been saying for a while. That's what my numbers tell me. Get above 114, hold it. I'm looking at 125. Get above 125. I'm looking at 135. So we have some work to do, but this is usually what you see is a massive capitulation before you run higher. So also look at 3 drives, which is what I always talk about. So you have 1, 2, 3 drives down, and you have 3 drives up. And you've also got a liquidity curve above you for Bitcoin. So you've got a nice falling channel. You can kind of draw something of this nature, make it fit. That's probably more realistic. Let's do that one. And then drag this over to that one. We pierce through that pretty hard. So that's kind of what you got. And if you want to pull that into a bull flag, you can do that too. What is this equal to? You'd be surprised at how accurate these stupid things are. Here's your 128. So it's over exceeding my 125 target, but I'll take it. No one believes me. It seems like in my trading circles of my 340 target, they're asking how and why. I think we've gone over this before. Taking mathematical deductions and reducing it over time. That's how I got these 2 numbers off of 2 different charts off of my deductions. So I was having each return. This was the projected return. Did not get it. So this is what we should have had. You should have had 166 back in 2021. We got 68 instead. It's pretty sad. So technically speaking, from the breakout time for this one, you should have another 375% from the breakout of from 68. That gives you 340. Very simple. So you're gonna have diminishing returns. So let's say this is the actual market cycle peak this time. We break out again, half of what, 375. Let's just call it 175. My brain's dead. Let's be accurate. What is half of 375? Sorry, I'm tired. All right, 187. So what's 187% from there? 187% from there is nearly $1 million, guys. I can't get it. So let's do 188. So it's $981,708 in Bitcoin. That's the power of math. And that's why I told a friend recently, whether you buy Bitcoin at 75,000, 110,000, 90,000, when Bitcoin's over 350,000, does it really matter? It doesn't. Because whether you have 1 Bitcoin, a quarter Bitcoin, an eighth of the Bitcoin, you need to be holding something in Bitcoin. It's that dramatic. And I believe Michael Saylor has a projection by the end of 2030 or 2042. He's got a $13 million Bitcoin. Little out the ways here, but yeah. That'll be a completely different ecosystem by then. You'll have things like probably Chainlink that are $100 billion market caps. They'll be huge. So yeah, actually someone like Chainlink may be $1 trillion market cap at some point in time. So you'd be surprised. You're witnessing the tech bubble, tech revolution, kind of like the dot-com bubble, the 1990s, early 2000s. You're seeing the next revolution in technology. It's not just artificial intelligence, that everything has to ride on top of an ecosystem, which is transparent and fair and trustworthy. And that's blockchain technology. So that's why I'm so bullish on the whole infrastructure in general, but also too why Fusio and Blockguard are going to do so well. We're front running in many categories. And I can't wait to show you guys what the heck we've been working on. I'm working on some tutorial videos and some easy ways to explain our technology and how it's going to work, not just from the consumer side, but also the B2B. I think the big money maker, obviously, is the enterprise side. So the white label solutions for banks. Banks are archaic and stupid. They don't have the ability to offer clientele access to cryptocurrency. They want to buy the software. They want to be able to slap Wells Fargo's face on a screen And the back end uses Fusio and Blockguards and proprietary software technology to buy all the assets for their clientele, while they manage all of that on their blockchain, or actually our blockchain, but managed for their own clientele. So there's a lot of fun stuff coming. Really exciting to see how this develops, but this is literally the very beginning of a multi-trillion-dollar asset class that's just getting started. You've got, someone said, I think you have over $100 trillion in U.S. assets traded on the stock market. You're going to get, we're at like, I think 1/10 of 1%. So we're not going very far. 90% above that is going to 1% of that $100 trillion. So do the math. This is where you want to be. If you don't like risk, just throw it all on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then take the other parts of your portfolio, put them in things like artificial intelligence, real-world assets, the new up-and-coming NFT technologies, which will host your all of your important stuff, your deeds to your house, your deeds to your car, your driver's license, your passports will all be digitalized into an NFT in your own phone and digital wallet. It's coming. It's already started on governmental levels for home deeds. So pretty cool. All right, enough ranting for today. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm really just trading Trump coin at this point in time, although I'll probably go back to Bitcoin because Trump coin's gotten kind of boring, but it's been very predictable. And with that said, nothing to say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me here at a Crypto Blackwall on Twitter, the Blockguard Discord, some Patreon stuff for one-on-one coaching. If you need the Mongo Pro Trader Indicator, it's there as well. And Fusio, I'll keep you posted. We have about 2.5 to 3 weeks left of the pre-sale. If you're interested buying into the pre-sale, please DM me any way, shape, or form, or email me, and I'll be happy to share that information with you. Otherwise, look to have DAOmaker in the next 2 to 3 weeks launch the Fusio token. I'll release that information as soon as we have it. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.